We are starting our forum, so I'd like to welcome all of you at a high-level international conference, Good Governance Forum 2020 on political integrity and elections, challenges and innovative solutions. I'm Georgi Guliashvili, Executive Director of IDFI, and on behalf of IDFI, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you for joining today's conference. I hope that everyone can hear me well. Unfortunately, we have to organize this conference online. This is the second time, and this is the second year IDFI is hosting a Good Governance Forum. And the previous one in 2019, we have hosted it in Tbilisi, and we have many international guests. I hope the next year will be we will have the opportunity to see each other, and not online and via internet, but we will be able to host the next conference in Tbilisi. We have support from the global philanthropic organization Luminate, and I would like to express gratitude on behalf of IDFI for supporting us for several years already, and this we are able to host this conference with the support of Luminate. I also would like to express gratitude to the Open Government Partnership, OGP, because this year we are hosting this conference in cooperation of OGP, and we are really grateful to our partners. So, topic and context, I would like just to speak a little bit about the situation, why we decided to take and focus on the topic of elections and integrity in elections. Considering the existing challenges in Georgia, we focused on innovative mechanisms and most cost-effective approaches to ensure political integrity, especially at a time of upcoming parliamentary elections in Georgia, which are planned in the end of October this year. And we hope that pandemic will not be preventing these elections, and we hope that everything will be fine in regards of the existing situation globally. Despite Georgia's significant progress in eliminating petty corruption, and Georgia is quite well known for its experience in this regards and for introducing political party funding transparency standards over the past years, including successful OGP commitments, incidents of misuse of administrative resources, use of social and financial initiatives to attract voters, problems related to effectiveness of campaigning finance framework we identified among other shortcomings of the latest presidential election campaign. Georgia's case is not unique across globe, so suggesting that there is a real need to figure out efficient and innovative mechanisms that have the potential for ensuring electoral integrity. Considering the fact that political will to implement new approaches to ensuring political integrity is hard to come by, especially on the high level, it is especially important to keep the conversation going and explore more efficient, innovative, and proper mechanisms that can be replicated relatively easily in different countries. So this conference will focus on the following key topics. We have electoral legislation and practice, political donations and political party financing, use of administrative resources during the election campaign, lobbies, and international transparency standards. We have invited, and we have the pleasure to have speakers from the leading local and international organizations and public institutions. So their expertise, diverse background, and deep understanding of the topic enables us to hear best practices and developing integrity mechanisms around the globe. So such information and experience exchange will lay to the foundation for future ambition reforms in the region and beyond. It is utterly frustrating that due to COVID-19, so we have to switch our form from an interactive face-to-face gathering to an online conference. This is really unfortunate, but this also opens up a new opportunity to carry out such events using new technologies and foster debate around the forum issues. So once again, I would like to thank our donor Luminate and huge supporter to IDFI and OGP, who made this event possible. Now, from more than a year, IDFI strengthens a budget community through government oversight by financial support of Luminate. And with this, I would like to turn it over to Ms. Olena Boydson, Investment Director, Central and Eastern Europe at Luminate, to her open remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Georgi, for the warm words. Good day, everyone. It's an honor for me to have this opportunity to address the participants of the Good Governance Conference in Georgia. In 2019, we were proud to support IDFI on their activities that aim to bring a wider set of engagement across the country to support the transparency and accountability of governance on different levels and areas. We understand how it is important to have a good platform for discussions, and that is why within the project that good governance events were planned. In our funding model, we don't influence the decisions within the project, and so every year I'm curious to get to know what subject the team would choose. And this year it is political integrity and elections. It's great to see that the event has gathered international national experts, representatives of governments, civil society, private and academic sectors to discuss and brainstorm the best possible solutions and innovations in this sphere. This year, more than ever, we see how the world is changing. While the change is unavoidable, the directions of the changes is not clear. And it's critical now to think about the positive outcomes of the changes. For example, the rise in inequality globally brought the understanding and the motivation to think whether capitalism should be reimagined in order to make the allocation of the resources more fair and effective. The global world is facing problems of environmental pollution, military conflicts, populism, not to mention the current global pandemic situation. In all these processes, the question of governance and electoral systems is very important because right systems bring better solutions for the problems. That is why the dialogues that we will experience today have the impact not only on Georgia, but they're also part of the global important movement to make the world a better place. And movements are driven by people, by their participation, motivation, curiosity, and passion. Technological innovation brought about discussions on how artificial intelligence and automated decision-making can advance good governance, that machines can do better, more effective decisions. However, it is people who are designing all the machines now, who provide for them data and structural algorithms. And it's also people who participate in the elections. That is why we, people, have no other choice but to engage in thinking, what is the outcome we want to see in the society? What is the goal we want to achieve? And what are the rules we need to build and to obey for our world? Now is the moment to remind to ourselves that people can build fair and just societies. And through the conference today, the contribution of Georgian people, along with other nations, will be heard. The agenda of the conference today is full of rich and important discussions, and I'm so looking forward to experience it.
Once again, on behalf of IDFI and OGP, we are very happy to have such a supporter as Luminate, and we very much appreciate this support and cooperation with you. Now, before we start, I would like to go through some technical details and give brief recommendations. Firstly, for our participants to better get to know each other, you can use a chat section of Zoom where you can write your name, which organization you represent, and what is the field of your work. Also, feel free to share your interesting thoughts and materials related to the forum topics throughout the conference. During the panel discussions, you should use the question and answer section of Zoom, where you can write your questions and the panel moderator will voice your questions. Translation will be provided in English and Georgian. In case you need translation, English translation, you should use English, and for Georgian translation, you should turn on German channel. Once again, the German channel for the Georgian translation. So I deeply encourage you to be active and engaged through the whole conference. Regarding the panels, we will have 3 panel sessions, and there will be a 10-minute break after each panel. So it is time to launch our first panel. It is about the political party funding and political donations, legislation and practice. And I'm really grateful to all panelists. We have organized this conference in quite a short time period, and we have invited experts, panelists from the globe, and we are really grateful on behalf of IDFI to all the panelists who agreed to participate and contribute to this conference. Generally, in order to ensure fair competition between political parties, both campaign finance and routine party funding should be effectively regulated and enforced. Panel will focus on the effectiveness of oversight mechanisms, ensuring transparency and political party funding. What are best practices in this direction? What are the challenges, current trends, and opportunities? This very interesting panel will be moderated by Miss Laura Thornton. She is the Director for Global Program Organization International IDEA, and I should absolutely mention her extensive experience in Georgian elections and deep knowledge of Georgian contest, as she was the Director of the National Democratic Institute in Georgia for a number of years, and we have a very fruitful cooperation in various fields, especially in working on the parliament openness and transparency. So, floor is yours, Laura, and wish you a very successful conference.